All right, welcome to Sirantwi Education Channel. Today we are going to look at continuation of advanced spreadsheet functions and questions that you should be expecting as a grade 12 learner. Specifically, we will focus on date and time, and then also test functions. And then if time permits us, we will also look at complex graphs or charts. Right, now I wanted to find out if those who have joined me can hear. Yeah, if you can hear me, you should let me know. Right. Don't forget to also come out with your questions. If there's any question that you don't understand, please feel free to ask, and then I'm going to solve your question. Whether it is part of today's lesson or not, just ask the question and then I will answer that question for you. Right. I will go straight to the spreadsheet date and time functions. So I'm going to use the file that we were using yesterday. If you can check from that folder, Excel files for live videos, you will see Excel questions, and then you see all the data files also that we have been using. So you can also make use of the data files, and then you join me, then we can answer all these questions. Right. I'm going to use yesterday's data file. Um, it was written grade 12 spreadsheet data. Let me check again. Right, it's written grade 12 advanced spreadsheet. Yeah, that's the question, the data file I'm going to use. Then later on, we will solve questions. So I will start with the date and time functions. Now, let's say I'm having this date, and then I want to extract the year from this given date. So if I want to extract the year from the given date, I'm going to use the year function. If you want to extract the month from a given date, you use the month function. If you are going to extract the day from a given date, again, you use the day function. So let's say I'm going to extract the month from this one. I'm going to use the month function, which is equals to month, and then you click on the date of birth. So whenever you are extracting the month, we use the month function. The same way, if I want to extract the day from this date, I use the day function, equals sign day, and then you click on the specific date. So it's going to give you the day from this particular date. And if again I want to extract the year from this date, I will use equal sign year, from this date. Right. So the month function is used to extract the month from a given date, the day function to extract the day from a given date, and then the year function extracting the year from a given date. Now, if I want to calculate the number of years, that is the age. If I want to calculate the number of years, which is the age, then I'm going to use what we call the year frec. So equal sign year frec. Then you click on FX. It's going to ask you for the start date and then the end date. Now, let's say this is the date you were born, Cabello was born. Now you want to know how many years or the number of years for Cabello. So with the start date will be the date of birth, and then the end date will be the current date, which is today. Don't forget, when you use today, you must open bracket and close bracket. So this will be Cabello's age. Now, when they say calculate the age in a completed years, then when you have this answer, you can go to the formula bar and use the function called int. That is for integer without any decimals. And then you press enter. So it's going to give you the number of years in completed years. Right. What if we want to calculate the number of days? How many days has Cabello spent ever since he was born? So this one is going to be, we can use the days function, and then you click on FX. The end date will be today, and then the start date will be the date of birth given to you. So the number of days will be this one. Right, don't forget, when you are doing the number of days, we use days. When you are finding the age, we use the year frec. So you must take note of these two. Now, one other thing is, with the question says, calculate the number of weeks or the number of months. So if you are to find the number of weeks, you can also use either the year frec or use the days. Remember, there are 7 days that constitute 1 week. So we can use the days. Now, after calculating the days, then you convert it to weeks. So which is going to be equals to the number of days that you have. You can use building block divided by 7. That will give you the number of weeks. Now, if you want the number of months, then at the same time, you can use the days, or you can use the age, the year frec, and convert it to the number of months. So let's say that we are using the days, or let's use the number of years, which is the year frec. So equal sign, the number of years there, times 12. Times 12, because there are 12 months per year. Right. So basically, these are the type of questions that you should be expecting regarding the the date. Now, they can also ask you to give a specific date. Let's say this is the date of birth. And then let's say when you were born, after 7 years and 2 months. Or let's say after 7 years and 2 months, you started school. So here's a date started. Let's say you get a question that says you started school after 7 years and 2 months. Calculate the date that you started school. Now, since we have the date of birth here, and we want to calculate the date you started school. And remember, the question says 7 years and 2 months. So because it's date, we have to use the function called date. And then the date has the year, the month, and then the day. So in this situation, you can also make use of the building block, but I'm going to solve it the straightforward one. Then later on, I'll use the building block. Then we will see which one is easier for us. Right. So now let's try it. We are going to find the year. So we have to use the year function to extract the year from this date. And then where it says the month, we use the month function. Don't forget to open the bracket. Then you extract the month and then you close bracket. So as you can see, he has given us, this is the 2000, this is the 5, that's the month. And then the day from this date. Now, when you get a question, after doing this, it's going to give you the same date from here. Now, when they say after means plus. Then if the question, so now the question says 7 years and 2 months after. So meaning where we have the year extraction, we say plus 7. And then the month, you say plus 2. So this is the new date. That means that if the person was born in the year 2000, then he started school at 2007. He started school at 2007. Right, on the 12th of July. So basically, you can give you this type of question whereby you have a specific date, then they say generate a new date, whether after or before. We will look at other questions also. Now, what if instead of the date, we have time? So I'm going to copy the same. This time, I'm going to use time in. And then I have time out. So the time in and then the time out. So let's say Cabello came to school at 06 hours 25 minutes. Remember, we can change it to time. Yeah. And then Sarah also came to school at Sarah came to school at 07:45. And then time out was 15:30. Now, the same applies to date. We can also extract different times, whether the hour, whether the minute. So if we want to extract the hour, we use the hour function. Equal sign, hour, just like the way we use it for the month, day, and then the year. Hour of this, which is going to extract the hours for us. We can also use the minute, equal sign minute of the time in. And then the second, we can equally extract the second of the time in. Right. And at the same time, we can calculate the number of hours. Remember, this is hours, not hour. When they say calculate the hour from a given time, that means extract it. But if they say calculate the number of hours, it's different thing altogether. Now, how do we calculate the number of hours when you know the time in and time out? So here we can use calculation, which is equal sign. You open bracket, the time out minus the time in. You close bracket. Remember, you must take out the smaller time from the bigger time. So that's why I said time out minus time in. Now, there are 24 hours per day. So this one will give you day. So 24 hours per day, then you say times 24. Remember, now it gives me a time. So I must go back and change it to number. Right. So this is the answer. The number of hours between this time is 9,08. Now, check the formula again. Time out minus time in, all into bracket times 24. Please be careful about the bracket. If you forget about the bracket, it's going to give you wrong answer. Now, the same way, if we want to calculate the number of hours or the number of minutes, so the number of minutes will be equal sign, then you open bracket, time out minus time in, you close bracket, times 24. So this one gives us the number of hours. Now we are converting hours into minutes. That will be times 60. And then we change it to number. So here is the formula. Time out minus time in, or into bracket, times 24 times 60. The same way, if we want to get the number of seconds, it will be equal sign, time out minus time in, close bracket, times 24 times 60 times 60. Also, we can convert it into numbers. Change it to numbers. Right. So this is how we calculate the hour from a time, the minute from a time, the second from a time, the number of hours, the number of minutes, and then the number of seconds. Now, what if, let's say, we want to get a time out for Sarah, and we say Sarah spent 8 hours and 30 seconds at school. Calculate the time that she departed from school. If Sarah came at 7:45 and then she spent 8 hours and 30 seconds. Yeah, 8 hours and 30 seconds. What was the time or the departure time for Sarah? Now here, just like the way we use the date here, we have to use a function called time. Then we extract the hour from there. So the hour into bracket, the time in, and then hour into bracket. Sorry, not the hour, the minute. One thing that must guide you here is you will see them here, so you repeat those functions. And here will be second, not seconds. Now it gives you that time. Now they said 8 hours, so you go to the hour column there, then say plus 8, and then the seconds is 30, say plus 30. So now this was the time that she left school. That is 15 hours 45. And you can change the format. If you want to change the format, you go to custom, then you change the format into hour and then minute, like this. Right. So this is how we calculate the time and then also the date. So you must take note of this.